It's COVID.
COVID flakes.
I knew Anthony the Tiger was a sick son of a bitch.
Anthony.
They're adequate.
Okay, so because you guys are creative humans enough, I'm just gonna leave it up to you how you all meet at this tavern. I will show and describe said tavern, but from there the quest can kind of be pulled together. But I don't have any big meaty introduction as far as like you're in a fantastical land and shit's going on. You guys are gonna be in a swamp, so.
Oh, excellent.
Nice.
The moistened.
The moistened.
The moistened.
We're back in the moistened.
Oh,
so
hell yeah.
badass. Oh my god.
We
So
going
there's the
isometric.
Put me on that
moistened.
lily pad.
I'm gonna move the map once I see where the.
Yeah, that's
so I'm gonna zoom out a little bit so you guys can kind of see the surrounding area.
Fuck
Oh,
yeah.
holy
So
shit,
in the
dude.
middle of this little swamp, there's this cute little tavern run by Bullywug. So whoever wants to enter, how and when, but I'm just showing you guys kind of the.
I want to
the
already be
layout.
in there.
I wanna enter in.
Okay. You already want to be in present.
Yeah, I just
and in
want to
there?
be in there enjoying my.
For
What time?
sure.
Do we have a time? I'm the archer,
Arturo.
but I'm a barbarian now, so everybody ignore the road.
Yeah. The bow is just for show.
Yeah.
The bow is for show.
Which door is the main door?
There's sort of a front one and sort of a back one. Probably the front one
Is
is
this the
there.
front one?
That looks
Ryan,
like
did you paint all of this?
I photoshopped it.
Holy
together.
shit,
Wait,
dude,
so
this is
you made
incredible.
these?
Mhm.
Jesus.
It's
Oh
all
yeah,
over.
I'll say up front, everything today's homebrewed, like everything. So that's
Excellent.
why.
Picking flowers.
Yeah. I want to be
So
on the
that'll be
lily
fun.
pad. Put it
And here's the ambiance for
You're sitting down on
Bull
the
Swamp
lily pad.
Yeah,
Tavern.
I'm kicking my feet.
You're kicking your feet.
Yes. Yeah, you can just put my character in the. Is there like a honeybuck equivalent? Like, is there a bathroom in here? 'Cause that's
Where's
definitely
the toilet?
that's definitely where my character is the
He's
toilet.
taking a poop.
Yeah, he's
He has to evacuate his bowels.
he's definitely praising the divines for strength in the pot.
Oh my god, Ryan, there's no bathroom. Literally unplayable.
The swamp is your bathroom.
Yeah, you know
You're
what?
taking a leak around the corner.
You're a
No,
lizard.
wait.
bastard.
Is
That's
this
much
is this
priority.
is this that the
This is the bar, I think.
Who's that? Is that Dano?
Yeah, that's me. I guess I could just
You
piss
could
into
be.
a mug.
No, I said you could be pissing in the kitchen or something.
The kitchen?
Yeah,
Just in the
the
corner.
storeroom is the bathroom.
Okay,
now.
alright.
There you go.
I'm about to store some of my past meals. You know what I'm saying?
And this bar is known as the Stop and Flop. It is run by this very genteel bullywog named Jason Funderburker. So,
Thunderburger!
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
so
Beautiful.
His name is Jason Funderburger.
yeah, so
I'm
yeah.
so fucking dead, Ryan.
If anybody needs to approach him for any information or drinks or
What does his
anything,
voice sound like?
you have to talk to him
I
first.
want to
Alright.
approach. I want to approach Jason.
Okay, so you're a little halfling. I don't know how long you've been here for, but you maybe waddle up in your heavy armor and whatnot, and stumble up onto a stool and approach Jason Funderburker.
All right. Excuse me, sir. Hi.
Oh, down there. Hello. Hi there. What brings you into the Stop and Flop?
I'm looking for someone who can help me.
You're looking for a something, a someone?
No, I'm looking for somebody. You ever seen this? You've seen this dwarf? He's a real famous dwarf. You know. I pull out a trading card. It's a limited edition hologram embossed trading card of Figaro. What's his name? Figaro Sunstone.
This is
Who's
so
part
precious.
of the Four Pallies. And it's so precious that it's actually in one of those little plastic wraps. And I hold it up and it's like,
Oh,
have you,
let me see that.
I mean,
please.
I prefer if you didn't touch it. I mean, you can see it from here, you know.
Oh, why? My hands aren't that slimy.
I mean, no, I really prefer if you just look at it.
It washes right off.
Have
Okay. Let me get my eye approaching.
you seen this dwarf paladin?
He seems familiar.
Really?
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
I think he may have stopped in a month ago.
A month
maybe,
ago, that's such a
about?
long time. Do you know what do you know where he may have gone?
Oh, he said he was headed east into the deep, dark, great old forest, where none of us shall go.
I mean, is the forest dangerous?
It's old and dark and spooky and not wet.
Unmoistened.
It's unmoistened.
Okay, so like you went a month ago. You know anything? You know anything else about him? Like, did he ask about anything?
He came in and asked for the palest of ales and left.
Oh, okay. I guess that's kind of helpful. So off east into that scary forest out there.
I mean, he looked well. He looked like he was prepared and ready. He had a determined look in his eyes. He kept staring up at the sun, which seemed dangerous, but with a name like Sunstone, that kind of makes sense.
I mean, the sun isn't a dangerous thing, and the sun gives us light.
It also dries things out.
Well, that happens, but it's for the good of everything.
I guess, yeah, you need sun for plants and things and lily pads. A good lily pad needs a lot of sun.
Yes.
Did somebody say plants?
That is the entry line.
And a big in the background.
Ales. Do you think they have apple juice?
I'm sure they do. Pardon me, mister, and I don't mean to interrupt.
Oh, okay.
Do you have any apple cider for my brother here?
We have our special lily apple cider.
Oh, that sounds good.
I think that'll be just fine.
Okay, here you go. We brew it with our deceased tadpoles. So here you are. You can see them in the bottle.
Tadpoles add a mighty fine flavor. Here's the apple juice.
It's delicious.
Gulp, gulp, gulp. You might want to do a constitution check.
Spill my drink.
No, more like how your body takes it.
Oh god.
How well are you going to digest this?
How well you digest this.
What?
D20 add constitution.
3.
That's a 12.
Wait, is it?
This one.
Oh, whoops. 15 plus 2.
All right, yeah, no, you digest it real well, and you get a nice little buzz going, and it feels like you kind of had maybe your breakfast and your drink at the same time.
Now, I've been wondering if this here tavern has any reagents for my brewing.
Oh, I mean, we just pull things in from the swamp, so when we need something, we just hop outside and flop around and just net stuff from down in the muck.
You get out in the unmoistened very often?
Almost never. I was born in this surrounding pool, and I've been here ever since.
All right. Any news drifting through?
Oh, you know, just those lame humans just having their issues with, like, apparently it's that time of year where all the young women get abducted, but that has nothing to do with us. They look down on us as, you know how it is.
That's all out in the unmoistened.
Yeah.
If and you don't mind, I'm going to take up a corner in this here tavern and brew my potions.
Oh, okay, as long as you don't destroy anything.
That'd be mighty kind of you.
A large, slightly muscular lizard man walks out of your storeroom, donning a suit of mail. He sheepishly taps on the countertop, clears his throat, and says, "My good man, I do not mean to alarm you, but I think you may have a rat infestation, as there somebody has left a giant shit in your storeroom."
Oh, that must be a giant rat if it's a giant shit. Oh,
Also, your stored parchment, well, you don't have any. It seems. Somebody must have stolen it.
Oh, gee, Willikers. I guess that exterminator didn't do as good of a job as he needed. My dang nephew. I need to find him right quick so he can fix all this.
Yes, you should most certainly find that nephew of yours. I also am finding my stomach woefully empty, almost all of a sudden. Could I trouble you for some food?
Oh, sure. What meets your fancy?
Something with protein, if you please.
Well, we got dead tadpoles. We got, but they're all in the cider.
We're feasting on raw meat over in the corner there.
Oh god, I'm getting out.
Ooh, do you have any cheese? My character really likes cheese.
Ah, yes.
Oh, here you go. He he places it with like a squishy thud onto the bar area. Just like this squishy, moldy cheese that I don't even know if you could call it cheese at a point. Yeah, it didn't survive the spring very well. But, you know, cheese is cheese. I milked this for my own grandmother.
Oh my god!
I
It's a
slam down
tradition.
my mug, get up, and start walking towards the door. Enough of these moistens. I think it's time to go back to the forest, I say very loudly.
My eyes, my ears perk up at someone saying that they're going to the forest.
Okay.
And, I try to inspect the cheese, and I take a little bite of it, and I just be like, ew, you know.
Okay. Not enough to get you sick, but
Not
sure.
enough to, yeah, so I'm just like, I don't think that's very good. It's like, ooh, someone going to the forest. And I get up and I follow this person who says that they're going to the forest.
Which way to the forest, Ryan?
It's east.
East? Okay.
This way?
Yeah, so I mean, based on the map, you guys, there's kind of a...
Alright, so thanks. So
South
I'm gonna
and then
follow,
east
I'm gonna
outward.
follow Rachel's character. Rachel, I don't know, I think you know your character's name.
Zara.
Zara?
Yeah.
Could you give me my sheet, can you?
Uh-huh.
Thank you.
So yeah, actually, so we have Zara, Toby, Scales, Ronaldo, and then
Argo Sax.
Argo.
Yes.
Okay.
What's your name?
Argo Sax, but you could just call him Argo for short.
And Dakota, what's your character's name?
Ronaldo.
Pardon me, barkeep, but where are those folk headed?
Well, I have no idea. They asked me a bunch of like weird quizzical questions, and I just gave them whatever I could think of. Half of it wasn't even true, but you know, you gotta conversate for tips, you know.
Pardon me if I'm mistaken, but didn't you mention something about young women being kidnapped out in the forest?
Oh, you know how young white women are getting kidnapped all the time. It's the only kinds you hear about.
Scales, does that mean they're taking a nap in the forest?
Yes, it does.
Okay.
Now, do you have any more information on this? We
Oh,
can't just let women be kidnapped.
I would like to take a nap in the forest. I'm feeling pretty tired after
Ronnie,
this drink.
it's a different kind of nap. You don't want to take it.
Okay.
I mean, I'll grab information from the nearby area so we can keep our place isolated and protected from folk that we don't much trust. But it sounds like maybe about 2 weeks ago to like 2 months ago in that time span, just women have been disappearing from surrounding areas. Specifically, this little town, probably a day east, called Monetburg. They've had a huge issue of the women going missing of late.
Now, is this a human town or a moistened town? Or
It's a human town.
those poor humans, they don't even have any scales to protect them.
They're real into art. They like paint and stuff. Sometimes they come out here to get materials, and we boo and hiss at them from afar.
Ronnie, maybe we should go to this town to protect these people.
Do they have finger paint? You said paint. I would like to go get finger paint.
Pardon me, do they have finger paint in this town?
Oh, they most certainly do. They have every variety of
Oh.
paint you could think of.
We gotta go.
It's not
Motive has been set. I'm just gonna assume that Argo is following the young halfling from the waft of cheese that has emanated from him.
He's doing the cartoon thing where you float off the ground.
As you
Carrie, you
all
also
are
want
all heading out for each of your particular reasons, this one bullywug comes in, and maybe it's been a hard year for everybody economically, and he comes in and he's just like, "Here's a stick up."
Oh shit! Okay. Oh god! Look at them teeth, boy.
Everybody, empty your wallets and give me your money.
I'm gonna raise my hands up real quick.
I reach for my shield on my back,
Oh, okay.
just in case something goes.
Don't
south.
you,
I'm
don't
gonna go
you
straight
try
for a swing with
anything?
my battle axe. I don't have time for this shit.
Oh damn!
I would like to race.
Don't try anything funny, but it sounds like you're already swinging.
Oh no, I'm already swinging.
Okay. This catches him off guard because he was hoping to just get, I don't know, he wasn't ready
I-
for the stick up
I
himself.
was
but-
already pissed by the smell of raw meat from the corner, and that's the reason I was leaving. You reptilian. amphibians.
Go ahead. You don't have to roll. Let's see if you can kill this guy in one hit, maybe,
Alright.
and not have to roll for initiative. Go ahead and roll to hit with your axe.
What is that?
20.
So it's your d20 and
Add
then
your strength and your proficiency.
7 plus 3 plus
2.
2.
Uh-huh.
Alright.
So 12. So you hit him. You hit him square wherever you decide to hit him.
Side of the head.
Oh my god.
You swing just very deftly horizontally for this bullywug's head, and go ahead and roll for damage. Oh boy,
Finn.
it begins.
Oh.
He
With
stopped the
a
music.
12.
Finn's like mute.
He's the co-DM.
Skip this
12,
song.
right?
It's like the next song.
You want to go to
It depends what weapon. You have a
Yeah,
battle
with
axe?
my great axe is that's a D12.
Oh,
Ow.
Okay,
Damn.
yeah.
Yeah.
So roll a d12,
Which one's D12?
and then
This one?
add 3 for your damage modifier.
this poor little
Yes.
amphibian is just getting.
Yeah, that one.
This one?
And then 3.
The 10.
Okay, that was with your damage modifier too.
Oh,
Yes.
plus 5?
Oh,
Or no, that's actually.
Maybe plus your strength, I guess.
Yeah.
just your
Oh,
strength.
plus
Plus your
3,
thing,
so
so
yeah,
plus 3.
10.
10? Okay, that is enough to kill this man on the spot.
I gotta spare the dying.
If you want to describe how you just cleave this person's like head off.
So I was walking out the door, and all of a sudden this guy comes in, freaking disgusting, wet reptilian, sick of this place. All of a sudden he says this is a stick up. I just unsheath my great battle axe, turn around, and go whoa, and then walk out.
Oh,
Just
just
keep
continue to
walking.
walk out? You don't even try to leave this
Even
corpse,
before the head lands on the floor.
Yep.
You're,
I don't
you're
have time
walking.
for this.
All right.
I get
From
a
the
little-
back, you hear from Jason Furnier, not my nephew.
Well, I guess it was time for me to leave anyways.
I get a little bit of blood on the
Not
clothes.
sweet Jiminy. Too young for this world. We almost ate him as a tadpole, but he made it through.
As his body falls and his gun like clinks really hard on the
Mm-hmm.
rock, I'm just kind of like, there's something wrong with that guy's gun.
It's time to go.
Why is this gun so stiff?
What was the barkeeper's name again, Jason?
Jason.
Thunderburger.
I go back out through the door. Jason, this is the last time you'll ever see me.
I guess we deserve that.
Poor Jason.
Yep. No, he assumes you guys are never coming back, so it's just another day in the bog. Stop and flop.
Oh.
So aptly named because your body flops to the floor.
Oh my god. Yeah. Self-fulfilling prophecy.
Jiminy
Yep.
Thunderburger.
All right, so I'll get rid of this image. Y'all are probably going to head down this path. And do you guys remark at each other? Do you acknowledge anything? Do you?
Oh, absolutely.
I'm eyeing up this lizard.
I'm gazing upon the two other lizard folk, admiring the robes, looking at the quality of them, and like, your linens are quite desirable, if I do say so myself.
Well, thank you.
Is this
mister.
your husband? Your brother?
This is
I'm just
my,
holding his hand.
This is my brother. He's a little slow on the uptake.
Oh, how sweet. How wonderful. It's pretty uncommon to find other lizard folk.
Well,
These
not
days.
out here in the swamp, but in general.
Yes, I suppose this is a comfortable environment.
The moistened.
Yes, you both seem to be dripping with moisture. Very good sign of health, I should say.
Indeed. I'm out here collecting plants on a quest.
A quest,
A
you say?
quest, indeed. I need to collect plants. That's my quest.
Oh, well, I admire your focus.
Are you on a quest?
I'm nothing but an aimless wanderer these days. I seek self-redemption, but did you both happen to see that crazy fool that cleaved that poor amphibian in half?
That dude's nuts.
I'm definitely a chick.
I couldn't tell because you're very muscular.
No, I'm not. I'm medium muscular.
You're medium
Just a
muscular.
picture.
Leave
I
that
don't-
dude in half.
Yeah.
I'm a barbarian. What do you expect?
Good God,
Dirty
that stroke
wet
was mighty.
amphibians.
Yeah.
can't tell.
This is Zara, so...
All you humans look the same to me. All you humans with wings.
I don't have wings. I'm
Yeah,
not.
what is
hiding
it?
them,
She's hiding.
that's
She's
right.
hiding
I
them.
forgot about that.
I'm not. Well, no, I'm not that
She
descendant.
doesn't, yeah.
Oh, I
doesn't
thought you were
have-
hiding your wings.
Do you look human?
Change it up?
I look.
Okay,
I
all
look,
you humans look alike. To
well,
me.
I look like an elf because I do have.
You have pointy ears.
I do have pointy ears.
So once again, all you humans look the same to me.
I want to go up to Zara and try to get her attention. Like,
Go ahead.
excuse me, miss.
Don't follow me.
Miss, ma'am.
Don't follow me.
No, I heard you're trying to go into the forest. I'm also looking to go to the forest. You think maybe you can help me out? You seem pretty capable after you beheaded that one guy.
Yes, I am capable.
As I have
but
blood, as I actually have like a blood splatter, like so close.
Kind of like shakes as he
Yeah.
touches it.
He's like, yes.
I am capable, but I'm leaving this area now, especially after killing poor Jiminy, I guess.
Brother, we should collect some meat.
Mate, we're
Frog
gonna get
legs.
meat.
We walk
The
back over
biggest
to
frog.
Jiminy's corpse and start collecting some meat.
Gross.
Oh, not Jiminy, but if you gotta reuse and recycle, I guess.
I pick up his gun and I'm trying to like wobble it to make mine wobble, and it's just stiff straight.
As I watch, I shake my head. Another reason to leave this godforsaken land.
do you want to take his gun as a spare in case yours misfires?
Yeah, I kind of like slip it in my bag without my brother noticing because I'm just like, this gun is broken, but
Maybe we can
maybe
fix
I can
it.
use it.
We're gonna take some of his bones to craft stuff later.
As I'm admiring the ingenuity of the other lizard men who are harvesting the meats from dead Jimmy, I immediately turn to the young halfling and say, I don't mean to interject, my good man, but if you would perhaps share with me a small morsel of that beautifully wafted cheese that you seem to have on your person, I would be glad to escort you through these woods.
You could smell my cheese. That cheese that guy gave you, it's not really that good. You sure you want it?
Oh, the more maggots, the better, my friend.
There definitely is a cheese that's like that. It's each down. So I did take some, and so I pull it out and I hand it over to this very large, scaly gentleman. Very typically, my hands are a little bit shaky. It's like, here you go.
I grab it, hold it in my hand, looking at it lustfully for a second, and say, you are most agreeable. And swallow it completely whole. Shall it be off?
Sure.
Pardon me,
my
mister. Oh, sorry.
My name's Toby. What's your name?
Toby. Ah, yes. An honor to meet you, young halfling. I am called Argosax. You may call me Argo, or just nothing at all if you wish.
Okay, Argo.
It's a pleasure to meet your acquaintance.
You too. You should go to the forest. That scary lady is also going. She doesn't want anything to do with me, but she's going to the forest too.
There is something most fascinating about this barbarian-looking female. They just ruthlessly murdered that frog.
Yeah, is this what adventuring's like? I've never really seen someone killed before. Like
This
that.
is it, son.
I want to try to cure wounds him, but his head's gone. So it's like
I don't think there's.
I can't heal him.
I tried to spare him, but there's nothing you can do because this is a particularly bad case of being cut in half.
If you don't mind me asking, what are your names?
You speak Draconic, right?
Yes.
Okay. Excuse me, sir, but I've noticed that you're wearing armor. I've never seen another lizard folk in plate. What do you need it for? You have scales.
Oh, yes, well, although I was blessed by the gods with a nice, sturdy hide, I find that it was my upbringing that has inspired me to wear such garments. They may not be necessary, but they bring me comfort.
Don't you know that Samin Yuana gives us all the protection we need?
I'm inclined to agree with you, my friend, but I suppose I am a lizard of habit.
I see.
He looks like us.
He
Hey,
is.
mister, you talk funny.
He is like us.
You have such a strange dialect. It's unlike anything I've ever heard. And
We
is
we
that-
speak goblin together.
I have been slowly walking away this whole time.
Oh my
When I
God.
start noticing you walking away, And I notice your battle axe is sheathed, and I kind of like look at it, and I see it sparkle. So I kind of like walk away from them having a conversation, and I walk up to you, and I kind of start like tugging on your armor, and I go, "Hey, lady, what kind of gun is that?" My charisma. So I kind of want to roll like a charisma check to see if she's like enchanted by me and thinks I'm like enchanting her. If she's like, "Fuck you, you little reptilian."
Like a puppy or
like a little dog. And
like a
she's just
raccoon.
Like,
Puppy
yeah.
or raccoon.
How big are the lizard people?
You can do a straight charisma or a perception.
I don't know about
Sorry,
them.
not perception,
Argus
persuasion.
What should I
is, I
roll?
think, around like 6'4",
you can just do straight
Okay.
close to
charisma.
7 feet.
Oh, I'm
Which is
6'4".
what?
A D20 plus your
excellent.
charisma.
D20 plus charisma. Okay.
I was gonna.
Everybody towers over the halfling, but
What is your name, good sir?
I am called Argosax.
Oh,
What is your name?
people from these parts call me Scales.
Scales.
Mostly because
Yeah,
of the
what are you
scales.
rolling? I rolled.
But also because I sometimes keep people from
A
dying.
D20
It's like
plus
the-
whatever.
are y'all talking
Okay, I rolled
Draconic?
one. It was a
Yeah.
5.
So
Like
my,
she was
my
7.
regular accent is draconic
So
and
not the
southern
best.
is
Yeah,
common.
I mean,
I'm so very confused that like I'm looking up at these guys
this
talking
thing
like
almost seems like it's infants to you, but you don't know. I mean, it's up to you whether that's charming or not.
Well,
like
so
hissing
because
and
like my
spitting.
background's folk hero, so we kind of briefly talked about this, like kind of like to help out people and like teach like kids like how to throw axes and stuff. And I look
You're
down.
getting very childish energy.
Yeah.
Oh, you sweet thing!
Bless your heart.
You sweet thing. This isn't one of those godforsaken guns people always gloat about. This is a battle axe, my dear.
What kind of ammo does it take? I just pull out my gun and I'm like, is this a battle axe?
Oh,
Or is this a gun?
I noticed them talking. I'm like, oh, pardon her.
oh no worries at all. Let me take this
Okay.
sweet child and show it what pure strength and rage is all about.
Ronnie, it might be time to leave.
I just kind of like go behind Scales and I'm like, okay, you do whatever you gotta do, brother.
What was the nice lady saying to you?
She said that she didn't have a gun.
Well, she doesn't.
She has an axe?
Yeah.
A battle axe?
Would you like to see the battle axe, Ronnie? Is that okay with you?
Well,
She said she would teach me
Teach you what?
about.
using strength over whatever you reptilians do.
Well, Ronnie here is the best shot in the South.
Oh, God.
Picture a kid.
The sooner I leave this place, the better.
I don't mean to interject,
Oh,
but
God.
as I come up, I'm like, I don't mean to interject, but this young lizard doesn't seem to have a bone of rage in their body.
No!
As my new companion halfling comes wandering from behind as well.
Wait for me, mister!
Yes.
I'm kind of still behind Scales, but I'm like reaching out to try and like touch her battle axe. I just want to poke it. But she's really distracted, but I'm just trying to poke it.
Yeah, I'm overwhelmed by all these,
This is a lot of interaction for you out of nowhere.
yes, all these undesirables around me.
It's a lot of socializing taking place for Zara.
I think Ronnie's imprinting on you.
I would like to roll to escape out of here and back to my cabin.
Okay.
And basically to jump into the air, tumble away, and sprint off.
Okay.
Like
roll
straight
for
up into the air, do a front flip and land?
Yes.
And then just run off?
Run off.
Okay.
Oh god.
Or Tarzan swing out of there. Roll for acrobatics.
20?
This is your chance to either...
13 plus dex?
Plus acrobatics if you have it. But it will be
I
dex if you
don't.
don't.
No.
Okay, so just pure dex.
16 or 15, sorry.
Okay, so in the midst of conversation, everybody thinks they're chumming it up and having a good time and learning each other. Zara over here just does a flip.
Yeets herself.
Yeets out here. Anybody can notice she's already in the canopy and just like heading off into the distance.
Bye, miss.
Goodbye, lady.
My God, what a strange creature.
She out.
It's up to Zara just how far and where she goes, but
Because my cabin's in between the swamps and the human town, and so it's right in the forest.
So it sounds like it might be on our travel path.
Yeah, and I'm heading there to basically pack up everything to leave because after killing Jedediah, I can't stay near my location.
fair enough.
Do you have more map?
Yep. Alright, well, you guys continue to walk and talk after that and find yourselves in a bit of forest. It's sparse forest.
Ooh. was out
Zara
late.
is not with you currently.
Oh, nice. We have our little cuties.
So that is what you guys currently see.
I guess while we're walking and talking, I try to get both of y'all's names.
Oh, yeah.
Scales.
I'm Toby.
Toby.
And I'm feeling a little awkward where I'm a halfling rolling with 3 lizards.
I'm like towering over him, just going, "Hey, mister!"
It's mighty fine to meet you, Toby.
Hello.
Toby might be nervous at any moment he could be.
You
eaten
look
like
very
one shot.
delicious.
Thank you.
A young nubile halfling out on his own in swamp territory, forest territory.
Oh, I want to ask them if they've seen my dwarf friend.
Okay.
So I want to pull out my card and say, "See, I'm on this mission. I'm trying to find this paladin." And I hold up my Figaro Sunstone trading card. Like, have any of y'all seen him? The bartender guy said he was going off east through the forest. So
Now you see, Ronnie, this is an intelligent human because he's wearing armor because he doesn't have scales.
wait, I'm not a human.
No,
I'm a halfling.
on your card.
Oh, he's dwarf.
All you humans look alike to
We're
me.
not human.
I'm sorry.
None of us are humans. Humans they're taller, and they don't live very long.
You're all short to me. I don't know.
Ronaldo isn't listening to anything, and his ears are ringing because all he sees is the holographic card, and he's like enthralled by
So
it.
shiny,
guys-
so shiny.
And it's so
Like,
shiny.
Every time I move it, it shines a little bit different in a different color.
You guys might misinterpret Toby as basically like a shiny kid, like just a shiny human kid.
Yeah.
Shiny. It's
Now,
glitter for
how
your
old are you? You seem a little young to be out here by yourself.
I'm 16.
You're way too small to be 16. You don't have to lie to us, son.
I'm a halfling. We're
Yeah,
not
you're
very
half
tall.
the size of a human because you're young.
No, it's
Whatever.
I want to
Can
hit
we
my
just
growth
keep
spurt.
walking?
I do like an Iron Giant style fall to like
Kids are
sit
so
down.
frustrated.
So I'm like eye to eye with Toby, and I'm just like, "That's a really nice card, mister. It's very shiny. I don't know what it says or what it is, but
Ronnie
Yes.
can't read very well.
But have you seen the dwarf? Have you seen this fellow before?
Pray tell, what is his name?
His name is Figaro Sunstone. He's the head of the Pelor Pal. You've heard of the Pelor Pallies, right? I mean, they're the greatest order of paladins in all of the land, and he's the greatest of them all. And you know, he kind of went missing, and so I'm on a quest to try to find him.
For such an important figure to have gone missing so suddenly is quite disturbing indeed.
Yes, it is. Yes. Not sure what the paladins will do without him.
I stroke my scaly chin for a minute and go,
Sweet gods, there is something afoot, and it stinks of shit.
Did you just say gods plural? I'll have you know there is one god.
And that guy is Pelor.
No, it's Semuanya.
No, that's a funny way of saying Pelor.
I don't like this kid.
I assure you, he is a man of great taste.
I mean, here. I'll show you. You've heard the good word of Pelor, right? I'll pull out my Pelor graphic novel to.
It's a graphic novel.
Yes.
What is this?
It's called Praising Pelor, the Big Sun Dad in the Sky. A graphic novel of Pelor.
It's fine if you want to worship this, but I tell you, when we move on to the Beastlands, there's only one god that helps us there.
Pelor, in the sky. We go to the big sun.
He'll grow out of it.
The sun's in the sky. What?
Hey, mister.
His Santa fascination.
Did the person you're looking for, is he taking a nap like those ladies in the woods?
I don't know. Maybe he's taking a nap. I'm not sure.
Well, we have
Ronnie
to
means
help
dead.
him.
Are they dead?
I hope not. I hope he can't die. He's Figaro.
Ronaldo has this
What's
idea
that?
that if we find this dwarf that's on the card, that he'll be shiny. So now he wants to go find him.
Right, are they almost all standing around underneath trees?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sitting up in a tree.
Listening to all this
I'm
judgment.
watching, and I direct my question at Toby. Why are you looking for a paladin?
Where'd they come from?
Just straight from like 20 feet up.
I look up, I can't see anything. It's like, who's up there?
Good God, the trees are speaking to us.
Toby, come on! It's me from earlier.
Wait, is scary barbarian lady?
Yes, I dropped down.
Boom! I fall back. Like,
Why is it a paladin you're looking for?
He's the head of the Order of Paladins, the Polar Pallies. I'm a worshiper for Polar, and you've heard of him, right? I mean, the Polar Pallies, and I pull out like my whole set of trading cards, the whole collection of Polar Pallies, and it's like these guys are famous across the land, and he's done so much. I mean, he's slain a behemoth on his own, and well, he's gone missing, and so I'm out here trying to look for him.
That's mighty impressive.
For Pelor.
It might come off as impressive to you that this one little guy went out on his own, age 16, to like go on this
Yeah.
I'm shaking like a leaf.
particularly dangerous
Aren't-
one.
I'm shaking like a
it-
leaf as I'm talking.
Aren't you attuned though to celestial beings?
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
I can. So like I might be able to detect, and I can speak celestial too.
Oh, you can.
Oh, you
Holy
can?
shit.
Yeah, so that was one of the things. So like
Nice.
as part of my training with Pelor, like I can speak. So the languages I know is Common, Halfling, Celestial, and Dwarven.
Okay.
Young 16-year-old is very
Okay.
Yeah, so I kind of like this now that like Zara's kind of like talking to me more closely instead of just dismissing me. I'm kind of like eyeing her a little bit. It's like, there's something about you, like a glow, like a light, like you maybe have chosen a Pelor. Have you heard the good word of Pelor before, Zara?
I think you're greatly mistaken about what you're seeing within me or about me or. Why are you on this journey alone?
The order, they don't. All the paladins are kind of off on their own mission, and they haven't been able to contact them. And I overheard the High Symptom talk about that Figaro might be missing. He's been gone for almost a month with no word. It's really weird.
A month, you say?
Yeah, almost a month. And so I overheard this, and I thought that this is my calling. This is what Pelor wants me to do. He wants me to find Figaro.
Young child, do you realize these times and era you are is dangerous? How do you expect to protect yourself?
I didn't realize how dangerous venturing is. I mean, you killed that bullywog. I've never seen anyone die before.
Oh my god!
We have that bullywog.
I tried to heal him, but I couldn't. I guess
They don't
that's
train you for that.
no.
Scales is just eating
We're
a
both
piece of
just
the
like
boy.
chewing on a frog leg.
Well, I'm letting
Would you like some, son?
No, I'm okay.
How about you?
Toby is very used to his very clean cut legends that are very pure and wholesome.
Yes.
Point A to B, vanquish the evil wizard. But he's also realizing at the same time, like in all those stories, it does start with a hero's journey of one person, but he gets his comrades along the way, and they form a party.
So that's why I asked for help. This Argo here, he's offered to help too. Maybe this is it. This is fate. This is Pelor bringing us together so that we can find Figaro.
I don't know if I'd go that far, but I guess oh god.
Thank
I
you,
guess
my
I
good
should help you to basically protect you from these three, because I don't
lick my
know
lips.
how far you'll get with these guys helping you.
They seem okay.
As we all just have sinew dripping from our mouths. We're just eating.
We have to protect the young flesh bag. He doesn't have scales.
I have scale armor. It's hidden under my vestments, though.
Oh,
You probably don't see. And I absolutely do not realize putting two together that I have scale armor and that you're scaly people.
Oh fuck!
I also have scale armor.
His name is Scales.
I place a hand on I have to bend down very far, but I place a hand down on Toby's shoulder and say, I find your drive to be quite admirable, young Toby. And if a fellow brother of the light has indeed gone missing for that period of time, mayhaps that deems investigation worthy. I shall accompany you on this quest, young man. And you seem like a strapping young buck yourself. Mayhaps you could lend your strength to.
Are you misinterpreting her as a man currently?
I think my character is confused because he hasn't seen
Like a female warrior.
he hasn't seen one of her race before. What's it called?
But
she's disguised as
she
human.
looks
Yeah.
she looks like
that's
a.
right.
She's
like
not
an
really
elf. She looks
revealing
like
much
an
about. I'm guessing you're cloaked and everything at this point.
Yeah, I have.
Oh, that's
I
right, you
have,
do
I
look
have
pretty
medium
human.
armor on. I have long black hair, so you can't necessarily see my elf ears or my Asmar ears.
She's
Okay.
human.
Yeah.
Scratch that in that case, because obviously my character's
The
spent a good
most
amount
you
of
might
time.
get
on
is a
humans.
smattering of light blue skin, but like.
Yeah, I do
you
have light
can't
blue skin, yeah,
exactly
but that's
put
about it.
your finger on it. Yeah.
Maybe it's just a quirk that my character is really bad at misgendering.
I
people
mean, you
constantly.
might be colorblind to the lizards. so-
right, that as well.
Yeah.
But in any case, I would be more than willing to accompany you to the fulfillment of this quest. And you seem like you might have some abilities that we would find useful on this journey. Perhaps you would be willing to join us. I have rotten cheese.
Well, I have to leave this town anyways. I can no longer stay here after killing.
Jiminy?
Young Jiminy.
I'm kind of still looking at Toby's card, and I'm like,
Are you holding it?
yeah, I'm
I'm
like
like-
holding it really carefully on the outside, and I'm just
Be
like
careful
making it
with it.
shine by
You're
myself.
very careful with it. It's very rare. There's only 100 else.
And then I kind of look
Don't
at
worry, he has an affinity for cards.
Definitive.
it, and I'm kind of looking at it, and it's really shiny. And I go, "Hey, Mister, does that mean the person you're looking for is really shiny?"
He shines with the light of Pelor.
And you said she was shiny. Does that mean she's shiny on the inside?
Very mistaken, young child. Very mistaken.
There's something about her though. I don't know. I feel
You're all very
there's
mistaken.
something
Collect goods before we leave to the next town.
Perhaps this too is the will of Sune. Let us be off.
We have to find the shiny man.
Okay, Ron.
Pelor has
Us
gathered us
lizard
together
folk
for a
have to
quest.
stick together.
I must concur, my good man. It is all too rare to find kinsmen in these times.
Ugh.
So I'm like, why does he talk like that?
Our adventurers have been tasked by Toby with researching the disappearance of one legendary dwarf known as Figaro Sunstone. They unknowingly also might be on the trail of some missing women that all they have detail-wise is to head east. And that they have also been going missing in Monetburg, which is directly east. You all seem like, with all your traits and abilities, that you might potentially be an elite crew to get the job done. But you all embark one misty morning in this forest right here. Let's see. You really have very few hints and stuff, given that you didn't question Jason Funderburger all that much before murdering his nephew and disembarking. But you have enough details to know that you need to head east to maybe find this Figaro Sunstone, that women have gone missing in Monetburg. And young Toby's probably wise enough to think that maybe all this is connected somehow, given his legendary status, that maybe these young women are connected to Figaro Sunstone when you save them.
Yeah, and Figaro was on a quest to. He may have been on the quest to investigate this as well.
Mm-hmm.
Can I get all those names again? Like the town and the...
Sure. There's Monetburg, a town of artists who love to express themselves and paint. Many young women have been going missing there and from surrounding areas. And then there's Figaro Sunstone,
Shiny man.
the shiny man.
The
He's
shiny
he's a dwarf.
Dwarf paladin.
Dwarf paladin, that is true.
Yes.
You don't necessarily have these details, but I mean Toby does. That he's both for the devotion paladin
That's
and
not good.
merely the studies gone this way.
Oh my god!
Oh my god, is it the wobble gun?
It wobbles vigorously.
I love
So,
these things.
where y'all currently are, the forest for the most part is fairly barren, but you all stay resolute and attentive. The forest is thick with trees, but not of the variety to fully block your view. At any one time, you can clearly see out about 100 feet. You all are determined, but not necessarily paranoid at this point. This part of the forest has always been average and safe to traverse for the most part, and no creatures seem to be apparent aside from common woodland creatures, so you pay maybe more attention to your footing as the sea of tall summer grass covers the ground, and one misstep could lead to a viney twist of the ankle.
Can I make a friend with a squirrel?
Sure. You want it?
I'm gonna keep my eyes out for like.
Can I roll? Can I roll for that?
Mhm.
Alright.
Roll animal handling.
I got 11.
Okay. Young Tobias takes a moment during one of your breaks while striding through this forest to try and call down a little squirrel to befriend, and he pulls out maybe some like nuts or seeds that he found along the way, and the squirrel takes. It comes down and wants to be fed from Tobias's hand.
Excellent. I make a squirrel friend.
How far are we away from the swamps?
You guys have been trekking for a few hours,
Okay.
so you guys are probably, I don't know, like
There you go.
4 or 5 miles away.
Okay, because I'm about to say I know these forests well, but I
Mhm.
probably don't since I don't travel towards the human town very often.
Okay. Since you know these forests so well, on any sort of checks that have to do with perception, I'll give you advantage.
Okay,
Yeah.
since I've been living here for a little bit.
Yeah. If there's anything converse amongst yourselves, I'll say that you guys keep traveling eastward for
Well,
now.
Okay.
Keeping an eye out.
I'll tell the crew that I'll lead the way since I happen to know these ways. I tell young Toby, just stay behind me.
Okay.
I keep eyeing Zara questionably because I feel like there's something about her.
Follow the flashbang.
I keep one eye as well. I'm behind Toby, who is behind Zara,
Yep.
I believe, and I'm keeping an eye on Toby and Zara at the same time. Also suspicious of her a little bit.
And then Ronaldo saw Toby like call that squirrel down to feed it, and he's just kind of had his hand in his pocket the whole time. But he kind of like sneaks up behind Toby and like pulls out a lizard out of his pocket and just like shows him his lizard in his pocket. And kind of like looks at him and then like puts it back. Of just like, look what I got.
I'm making sure Ronaldo behaves.
Pocket lizard.
But he didn't see that because it kind of like
Just gotta.
snuck a little lizard, and my little lizard kind of like licked its lips at you. It's a little leopard gecko.
Now,
In my pocket.
Molenberg, are they fans of all the lizard folks?
They'll react how they're gonna react.
Okay.
They're a very normie town.
How close are we getting to there?
Probably like 2-ish hours away.
Okay.
By the time you get there, it'll be about noon in the day, in the world.
Okay.
Yeah.
Continue to march through the forest.
Continue to, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, everything seems to be going smoothly so far. Well, aside from the small tavern, but yeah.
Yeah.
Everything's assembled.
I had a feeling that Zara would be the first one to kill somebody.
Oh my god.
That was quick.
Yeah.
That was quick. It wasn't even a tavern brawl, it was a tavern murder.
Those-
Not a brawl.
Okay, so after a few more careful hours of trekking, the sun reaches down from directly above your heads. It's about noon, and those of you that are hungry decide it might be a good time to take a break for some lunch. As you go to set down your travel bags and dig up some sustenance, a jovial laugh cascades and echoes through the branches. From some distance, but you can't tell what direction. It seems like it's moving, maybe circumventing around you, drawing closer, but now it's noticeably a child's laugh, and not just one, but two, now overlapping, maybe 3 or even 4.
Oh shit.
The laughter comes ever closer until finally you might want to roll for perception.
Ooh.
Oh, okay.
Can you bring the tray?
Ooh, that's gonna be really good.
Wait, what's the?
And you got advantage for knowing these forests.
Okay.
I got a 24.
Okay. Nobody's on top of it.
What do you add?
I'm gonna roll.
Is it for?
Perception if you have it, so wisdom and then proficiency.
I do have it.
Is that a D20?
Wait, Ryan, I
Yes.
put a
Okay,
star
I got
next to my perception. I can't remember why I did that.
I got a 23.
Oh, probably because you're proficient in it. So
Oh,
like you get to
okay.
add. So if you have like a thing next to your
have
skill, that means you can
Yeah.
add your
So you add
proficient bonus to
Plus
it.
this.
Oh, okay.
So like normally you would add like whatever bonus is for
Ooh,
like strength,
she got a nat
dex,
20.
whatever is associated with it.
Okay.
But then you get to add the +2 or whatever.
Well,
Okay,
I
great.
think that might have been a specific Osmar thing that you had, or it might have been a specific barbarian thing. No, it wouldn't be.
I think
Well,
it's Osmar.
Yeah, it was a specific Osmar thing. I just said like put an asterisk for it now. I don't think it'll that matters here
Okay.
now. So I'm thinking-
What?
13.
it was a specific Osmar thing.
So I got a 14.
And did you roll with advantage?
Barbarians also
No.
has
Roll
danger
roll
sense.
another time,
That
Okay.
might
and
be
then
what it
whatever's
was.
higher you take it.
That might be what we were thinking of.
Oh, 19.
Dang.
8.
Oh, also
Yeah.
I have the alert perk, which
All right. Okay.
Means you can't be.
I got
So
I
how
can't be
did you
surprised.
do?
Yeah.
18.
Okay, so everyone did very well for themselves. Ronaldo picks it out easily and the best that it is a bunch of small kids, a bunch of small unmoistened kids running around with buckets of paint. They appear from above you in the trees, and they're coming in, quote unquote, attacking you with their wooden swords covered in paint. They come swinging wildly at all of you. You all perceive this, so anybody who feels like getting out of the way or
Finn.
reacting however they want, technically Ronaldo reacts the most deftly in the situation, so you get to really do whatever you truly want. But
Oh god.
Nice reflexes, Ronaldo.
but
They're kids with paint. They're
they have
swords. They're wooden
swords.
swords,
they have
and they have
wooden
paint
swords
on
in one
them.
hand and they have buckets of paint in the other that they're like dipping in there, like doing.
But are they trying to attack
medieval-
with the sword, or are they like flicking paint
They're doing
at
like a
us?
medieval paintball, basically.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. Interesting. All right.
I think those are the finger paints they were talking about earlier.
I mean, you can try and take one from the kid. You perceive.
Yeah, can I
as
just
well.
like snatch? If they're little kids,
Okay.
can I just like
Yeah.
snatch one?
As the kids jump down, trying to swipe paint at all of you, Ronaldo just puts his hand up, and the kid flies by his hand, and the bucket's just left in his hand.
Damn.
And he has his finger paints that he so desperately wanted. The small children are swinging at each other. They're trying to hit you guys. They're trying to bring you into the game. I don't know how all of you are reacting to that.
I grab one of them.
Okay.
And I say, what do you... what are you doing? Because I pass this human. What are y'all doing out here? So
There
far,
you go, ladies. We're playing paint swords.
so far from the town?
So far, we're like, I don't know, like a mile out. It's right there. Don't worry about it. Today's Monet Bird Day. We're all having fun. We're doing festive things.
Monet Bird Day.
Is this some sort of holiday for your town?
Yeah, it's the day where everybody pretty much takes the day off and they go out and they paint and they do whatever the heck they want and they just have fun and express themselves.
This town sounds quite celebratory and happy for the morbid things that we have heard in whisper.
Is that a mask? What is happening with your face?
I immediately go and smile, revealing like a horror of grotesquely sharp teeth.
The most horrifying smile.
Young child, I was gifted with this face from the goddess Sune herself.
These faces protect us.
This little kid grows pale and walks backwards, trying to like hush and gather his friends with him, and he instantly knows that you guys are like outsiders, and it's just like, what brings you here? All
Oh, ignore them. I'm not even traveling with them. Take me to your town.
The whole time Ronaldo's just sitting on the ground, like dipping his one claw into the paint and then putting polka dots on his lizard. Painting his lizard with polka dots.
Remember to be gentle.
It's cute.
maybe we should roll to see if that paint will kill that lizard.
Oh
If it's
What do
like
I
a toxic
roll?
paint, I don't even know.
Would it be Constitution maybe?
Roll Constitution for your little
For
lizard.
my lizard?
God.
Does he get my proficiency bonus?
No. He's a little
An
lizard.
8?
He's gonna die later.
Can I find a nearby lizard and
Yeah.
stash it away?
Yeah.
When you see that happening.
Yeah, so you
Scales
can
already
find
has a
out later.
plan.
I'll try to approach the kids as I'm
The
a
kid
halfling.
is is willing to hear from you and potentially willing to listen to you, but any lizard folk, this kid's very caught off guard. He's never seen. He feels like in all the legends and tales that serpentine things should not be trusted.
Can I show him my lizard? Can I just show him? Like, can he be the one that I stole it from? And I'm just like, look.
Thanks. The gecko licks its own eye, and the kid's like,
Oh,
I'm like, look at what I made.
oh my god.
I might need
you
a
guys
second.
some weird like pack of traveling magicians or something? They're all really weird.
Yeah, don't mind them. You know, we're traveling through. I guess we're going to Monetburg. You think you could take us there?
I mean, sure, it's just a little ways that way, so yeah, we can head over.
Yeah, you know, we're on a quest. We're on a quest. We're looking for this dwarf. Pull out my card.
Oh, is that a Faroga Sunstone card?
It is.
Oh, wow, how'd you find that?
Oh, you know, I spent a lot of money
Bless
on
their
all these
hearts.
blind boxes, and you know, I got really lucky. You know, they only made 100 of these.
Only
This is
100.
the rarest one. It's so shiny. I like move it back and forth to show them how shiny it is.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah, rainbow glimmer shines through.
Yeah,
the air
I've
in the good
got
sun.
all the pillar pallies, and I pull out the rest of mine and like spread them out for him, and we like geek out about.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Only like the rich kids in town have all these. How do you do that?
You know this. I've spent a lot of years collecting this, collecting these. You know, but our quest. You know, Figaro was around these parts. He was on a mission, and I think he's gone missing. We're looking for him. Do you happen to hear maybe he passed through these parts?
I don't know. Maybe somebody in town would have seen him, but I don't know anything about him. We would have all been really excited to see him in the flesh.
Yeah, me too. I've never met him before. It would be my greatest dream to meet him in person.
Well, okay, yeah, you can ask around town.
Yeah.
Between you and me, are the rest of these guys like cool?
I mean, you know, I think they're okay.
Okay.
You know, that big lady's really scary.
No, I'm making friends with the children.
Off to the side, you're like giving like a bicep.
Yeah, with the kids.
Curling the children.
Yeah.
The lizard folk, they seem okay.
Lizard folk.
Ronaldo was like dipping his wobbly gun in the
A couple of them keep eyeing me really
They keep
weirdly and
going.
licking their lips. I don't understand what that means.
I've heard really scary stories about people going west and getting eaten by the bullywugs and the lizard folk.
Well, you know, they just, you know, the big scary lady killed the bullywug. I mean,
I don't know if people are gonna trust them being in town. Maybe you could like tie them up or something. Just
tie them up.
So they feel safe. Like, you like
I
capture
don't
them
think
or something.
that's a good idea.
I don't know if-
so-
I think that is a good idea.
I don't know if I could do that. I mean, they're like a lot bigger than me.
That's right.
I'm slowly reaching over and borrowing some of the paint from Ronaldo, and I'm just painting a big smiley face on the front of my face to try to make myself look more appealing to the kids. I think it's probably having the opposite effect.
Toby, maybe you and I should just go into
You can
town.
roll
Yeah.
for deception if you want to know how that goes.
Okay.
Maybe.
Or we could wait till dusk for the lizard folks to come in.
Oh, that's a 5.
Are you going with your charisma?
Well, actually, I do have a lot of charisma. I have persuasion as well.
If you're doing it in a more persuasive nature rather than trying to like convince them, but you can toss your persuasion on there. What is your persuasion?
God, I have to figure out like how to. I have +2 in my charisma, but I don't know how that would.
Wait,
If you have
there's one of the
proficiency in
children
persuasion,
So then,
white
yeah,
paint.
so
we can
it's
dump
plus
white
2,
paint on you
and then you
guys.
probably get
So
another plus 2 for your.
then,
Since
you
got that
just
doubled, then
look
you get another plus
like
2 for your
weird
proficiency, so it's plus 4.
Giant
Oh, plus
white
4.
giant
Okay,
ghost.
so it's
white
still
ghost
only a
creature.
9. That's still only a 9.
I was gonna see if I could try
It's
and
basically
convince
just a
them that,
passive
like,
thing. I'm trying
they're
to.
not, like, lizards aren't
I
scary
have
because
very little
one.
experience with other children
My
because I grew up
charisma.
alone. So I'm just trying to I just did something impulsively to try to make myself look more
Most,
appealing.
I mean, most of the kids are really off-put by you in general. There's like the
I am
one.
not helping.
There's the one like typical edgy kid in the group that kind of thinks you're kind of metal, but yeah. That's
Can I try if they're like I kind of pick up on them saying like they're kind of looking at us really funny and they're like trying to be like lizard people are scary, like you should tie them up. Can I show them my polka dotted gecko and tell them they can pet it and that lizards aren't scary? And see if that will like try and convince them otherwise.
I think
my
that's the
polka
best
dotted
bet.
gecko.
You can try that.
What should I roll for though?
Ronaldo is a child at
Persuasion.
heart.
Huh?
Persuasion.
Persuasion. Which is what?
Charisma.
It's under charisma.
Charisma. So +2.
Are you proficient?
No. Just perception.
Okay.
Oh, now
That's a 12.
Oh,
that's it?
That's your 12. This one.
Oh,
Oh,
shit.
wait, no.
Oh,
Okay,
God.
this
What?
was it.
Oh, God.
No, this was it.
Yeah,
I
that.
rolled with this though.
You
Just
just
roll
want to keep
this?
your D20 in your hand most of the time. That's
Yeah,
what
Like,
you
what is it? Like 95% your roll
Yeah.
for your d20.
Ah.
That's a 19 plus
Nice.
Wow. Oh, shit. Okay.
Okay. You bring you. It's almost like you're mentally on the same wavelength as these small children, and so you approach them really carefully, and you put out your lizard. They come up and they start petting it, and they start asking little questions about it, and what its name is, and how long you've had it. And secretly, it's like gecko number 8. But yeah, they warmed up to you at least, Ronaldo. You've spoken to them.
I think of a great idea. It's a festival day, right, guys? Why not try to blend in with that festival, and maybe we should paint these lizards and make them actually seem like masks. So when we go into town, people think they're just wearing masks.
This idea is agreeable.
But only if I get to do it. I have the bucket of paint.
You can give it a shot.
I am your canvas, Ronaldo.
Oh god.
Do what you wish.
What would I roll for to see if I paint you well? Well,
Yeah, is that like a dexterity check or something? Or
Performance, maybe?
Yeah, maybe
Performance,
performance.
I don't
You
know.
guys
Because
know
it essentially
performance.
you're kind of doing like a disguise sort of thing,
Yeah,
right?
I'm not
Yeah,
proficient
yeah,
in
I would say it
performance.
would either be deception or performance, but
I'm
Deception.
I'm proficient in deception.
why not
Oh.
deception then?
okay.
+2 then. 11 plus 2.
+2 again for charisma.
So 15?
Yep.
Yeah.
I guess are all the lizards doing this?
I know that I have at least agreed. Argo has agreed to allow himself to be painted.
Okay.
If it will-
Maybe you can be my guinea pig.
Yeah.
Okay, so one person's painting everyone, and that's Ronaldo.
Yeah. But I rolled a 15 to see how well I did to disguise them.
He did surprisingly decent. So you've successfully, like, anybody who passes you by will probably be convinced for the most part, but anybody who takes a long while to, like, really look at you, they're like, that's really lifelike.
Do they all happen to have cloaks? So they make a cloak.
Yeah, I have robes.
You have robes?
Yeah.
Scales, how many robes do you have? Do you have enough to share with everyone?
I have like a winter coat I could give Ronaldo.
I have like a blanket and I have an extra vestment.
If
but
we
they're
can-
halfling size.
If we could cloak you all, and then
Toby only has a halfling-sized blanket.
I mean, you could
You're
like
in
wrap it
armor,
around
though.
your
yeah,
head.
I'm in armor, so I probably look a little less, less startling.
Okay.
But I do change my posture to try to walk more human-like. I start going like this.
What are we gonna do about our tails?
Oh.
oh,
I don't want to the tails. Can you tuck them in?
Ronaldo just starts like dipping his in paint.
I mean, like fold mine up
Yeah,
under
have
the robe.
do-
maybe?
Yeah.
Tuck it.
Oh.
Do a tuck.
I have the great idea, guys. You all link arms to where your tails are behind all of you guys, and you just walk like that.
It's
Just
like
walking
a
us through.
triangle.
Yeah.
Like a triangle.
Yeah.
It's like,
Except now that I've dipped mine in paint, mine's like highlighter yellow.
Well, at least how I picture my character, I have a male chest piece, but I have like kind of one of those kind of like clothy Templar looking bits. So you can usually only see like the tip of mine sticking out.
Just the tip.
So I'm thinking maybe just the tip. So I'm thinking maybe Argo can just like tie it around his ankle or his leg or something.
his third leg. It's his third leg now.
I mean, I guess I don't know.
I feel like most lizard folk tend to have, like, pretty beefy tails.
They are pretty beefy, yeah.
I can imagine if you're hiding it under like something like that, that'd probably work.
maybe.
It's essentially you're kind of like you've got like a robe, flowing robe thing going on.
Yeah.
Right?
Ah, yes. Well, in that case, I'll curl it in the back to make it look like I have a fat ass. just keep it curled. So it
Dang,
looks
Arnold
like
got donk donk.
I realize that I have to hide my lizard's, like they're talking about hiding lizard's tail, and I don't quite get the memo, so I try and hide my own lizard's tail by like curling it around and it kind of falls off, and I just like put it back in my pocket. Nobody saw.
Oh shit.
Gonna have to replace that.
Oh no.
Alright, well, it seems like most of you have befriended these kids one way or another. It might look weird when they come from the forest with a bunch of strangers, like holding their hands and.
Well, at least I look like a child.
Yeah.
I'm
But-
technically
yeah,
a kid.
sure.
I'm technically a kid.
Yeah,
I'm
that's true,
16.
that's true.
Toby blends in.
But they lead you. They follow the paint trail, and they're just like, "Go, follow the paint trail," and that's kind of their way of finding their roundabout way back home. They head in that direction. They lead you back to their village to have lunch there instead of there in the forest. And let's see. As you approach, Monetburg appears to just be a quaint little town. There are impressionist painters lining the entrance, all pointed out towards the beautiful day to assess the wonder of the world, and maybe use that as their canvas. You can also, as you approach the city and move in, that the smell of fresh bread and baked goods is ricocheting through the narrow streets and alleyways of the town.
Can I smell cheese?
It's hard to smell fresh cheese through the streets, but you can assume that cheese goes with bread, and
Bread,
there's gotta
cheese.
be, yeah.
Children, where should we eat?
I mean,
Are you inviting them to-
Well, you've been calling them children too, so I was a little caught off guard. Do you mean the literal
the-
children,
the-
or okay?
Human children. Where should we eat?
We all have names, thank you very much, but if you have to ask us in a
Okay,
group.
okay, the one who I'd been bicep curling that had latched onto me.
My name's Claude.
Hello.
Little Claude.
Yes.
Take me to your nearest tavern.
Okay. That's let's see. Where is it? I'm gonna load up the map real quick
Ooh, hell yeah.
and then pull
Real
that up.
cows.
Did this thing go? Oh, it didn't load in. Guess I gotta refresh it.
Dark as the abyss.
Ah, just
Just
falling
like
through.
falling in eternal darkness.
This is a weird cavern.
Let's see.
We're here to bring the light.
Refresh.
Loading.
Low adding. There we go.
Oh, cool.
Sweet. All right.
Oops, sorry.
Got a visual picture of what the town looks like.
And there you all are.
Oh, hell yeah.
Let me get the same view going. So, Claude says that all the taverns are closed, preparing for the festivities tonight. It's kind of like they set it up so the bakeries can promote everything during the day, and then at night all the taverns open up, and then all the baked goods get to come in, and then also because it's like the beginning of the harvest season, they use that for all their hops and everything that they made over the last year. So it's the celebratory like adult party is later tonight, but like during the
Okay.
day it's more for kids.
So are there like people just like in the streets just
Everybody in the streets are performing their art. They're enjoying themselves. People are going and kind of like partaking of all the bakeries' baked goods.
okay.
Yeah, everybody is so full of themselves they haven't really noticed the lizard folk at the moment.
Excellent.
Claude, I must ask you a favor for
Oh yeah, what do you need?
I need to find a place to put my travelers for a
Put?
while.
Okay. I mean, nobody can resist. We all think it's the best bakery in town, but there's Belladonna's Bakery down the way.
Claude, are there many people there though? I just can't, we can't have people.
I thought you were trying to get rid of them. Isn't it easier to get rid of people in a crowd?
All right, Claude, you duped me, my boy.
What a convincing child.
Got schooled.
All right, Claude, take us there.
Maybe Claude's. I don't know. He's gonna grow up to be a real shyster.
Yeah, he's got a silver tongue.
Yeah. A real Jean-Claude Van Damme. So he takes you to the nearby bakery, like he said.
Ooh.
Quaint little bakery. You go in, it's warm, it has all the basic kind of goods you could ever want. The bread is fresh and smells amazing. And you're greeted warmly by Jean and Clara, who own this establishment.
Well, pardon me.
She is taken aback by just how full the place has now gotten almost instantly, but she just warms you greetly and says, "Oh, are you out of town, you're travelers? Come to try and partake our bread and our festivities?"
Yes, we're here to celebrate the festivities. You see, we're all fully decorated.
Indeed, following the
Oh,
scent of
you
this
all look
lovely bread.
fantastic. That's great. That's great.
Do y'all sell food here?
Absolutely. You can see it here lining our walls. We only try and make the absolute best bread in the land.
Ooh, do you have any cheese to go with that bread?
Yes, we have many barrels of cheese.
Ooh, can I see some of your cheese?
Yeah. She takes you and shows you many fascinating varieties of cheese and butters and casks of wine, all stored in the cellar.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, Ryan, if theoretically, if we have some food like on our person and it's consumed later, could that be consumed during a battle scenario to like offer like small HP regain, or is it mostly just for?
It has to be like pretty specialized food.
Right.
This isn't Skyrim.
Yeah, instead of
Yeah, that's what I'm
like
yeah.
Eat
like
30 carrots.
with good berry that can restore health, but that's because it's like a magical food.
That's a spell.
Yeah.
Okay.
Clara, and what's the gentleman's name?
Jean.
Jean.
John and Clara.
Wait, can I? So, does the cellar? What's in the cellar? Is there like cheese and eggs and milk and all the things to make bread? Can I kind of like shift and like scoot away because I have sleight of hand because I see eggs? Like I don't want the bread and I see that it has egg wash. Like I just want eggs. Can I just like take a few eggs?
Yeah, just slide hand if you want to steal some eggs.
I'm remembering your backstory now.
As Clara
kinda
left to
can't control
show
myself.
everything, I go up to Jean and I tried to start to win him over a little bit.
Plus 2 for
Okay.
sleight of hand.
Because
Right.
I want to start asking
And what?
questions, but I want I use my charisma to kind of gain his trust.
So you're just trying to like butter up, brother,
Yeah,
kind of.
yeah.
Okay.
Should I roll?
Sure, if you
Oh,
want.
4. Okay.
Four.
Yeah, 6.
5, 6, 18, 21.
Damn, good roll.
Great roll. So Jean greets you warmly and says like, "Oh, hello, young woman. Anything specific you're looking for, or?"
I whisper into the ear of Zera and say,
Perhaps you should inquire about the missing women.
I'm working on
I
it.
got a 16.
John,
You steal 4 eggs.
Okay.
Yeah.
John, your town is so beautiful, and this festival is just
Oh yes, best time of the year.
yeah, it's just lovely. I just can't help but to hear the whispers throughout the town.
Oh, yes, I feel I know what you might mean. Yes, it's really quite sad to we have this kind of hollow pain in all of us losing so many of our daughters recently that it's quite hard to truly enjoy the festivities without them. Just my wife and I, our sweet Alana Belladonna has just been missing for a long 2 months now, and it's just after the first week or so, you just begin to lose all hope.
Have you noticed anything else different within the town? Any strange visitors? As I bat my eyes.
The only thing that seems to have been different recently, I mean, he comes and goes, but he's stuck around here recently, maybe to celebrate the festivities. But there's this man Giotto who comes and he's just a quirky guy right behind our building. He loves to come here and just paint bright, big yellow murals having to do with triangles. He just seems obsessed. But he just mysteriously comes and goes a little bit eastward from us. There's a town known as Amadeus Field We haven't really had much correspondence with the town. We haven't visited them. They're more of a farming village, and yet they haven't exported any produce for maybe half a year now.
That is quite suspect.
Yes, it can be. We made the mistake of sending some of our women out into the forest to go maybe stay at the village and find a job there, or some form of career outside of this town. And they are some of the women that haven't been seen since. But soon they became women that hadn't left town, and now there's just not many young women left.
What was that guy's name?
Giotto.
Have you seen any sign of their absence? Any blood, bodies, anything?
Nothing. It's like they disappear into thin air. So we just try and have a curfew and keep everybody in at home. They just is it the forest? Is it someone nefarious? Is it a creature? We have no idea. We're just a small, modest town. Definitely not a militant town by any means.
Why would you still have the celebration?
We really do not want to anger our god Pelor, who has blessed us with beautiful sunlight that has grown our crops. We do not want to anger him, or else we can't make bread. So we try and keep the festivities going.
At that comment, Toby Pipe says, "Praise Pelor!"
Yes, young one. Praise Pelor indeed.
Now, you mentioned that you've given up hope after only a week. People leave the Moisten to go out and hunt for more than weeks at a time. Why would you give up hope only after a week?
The Moistens. Well,
Yeah, your home.
Skills!
We bring in most of our products and produce, and many of us don't ever leave the village in any capacity. We tell the kids not to go play their dumb games in the forest, but they'll go a couple miles out there, and luckily none of them have gone missing. Who knows how or why? They seem like the most easy to take, but someone or something just specifically wants young women, and we don't know why.
If I may inquire, what time of day have these village women usually left?
All over the place. Nothing too specific. I mean,
Nothing specific.
just most people when they leave the village, they leave in the mornings. Going through the dark and treacherous forest that is the Great Old Forest to the east, seems like a really dangerous thing to do unless you have a guide from Amadeus Field or maybe further into Barovia. But we really don't like to go any further than maybe Amadeus Field, if ever.
Ooh, I want to ask. Speaking of missing people, Paladin was traveling through these parts. I think he was on a mission to look for missing women. Have you seen this dwarf before? I pull out my card to show John.
Yes, I remember collecting these when I was a wee one. That's a really nice find you have there.
Thank you.
That's interesting. I feel like I would have heard about him if I had known. I do remember there were rumors and hushed words about a dwarf traveling through, but he made himself scarce of anything. I think he went to the local tavern, maybe had a pale ale, and was just on his way. But, in such a small town, not too many interesting things happen, and we were all prepping for the festivities, so hard to take notice of every little dwarf that comes through.
Okay. I would like to buy some of this bread and cheese, and I put down a basket.
This whole time, Ronaldo's stomach is just intensely growling, so he pulls an egg out of his bag and tries to eat it really quietly, but the whole egg.
Where did you get that egg? Put that away.
Can I crunch my egg without them noticing?
You can try it, or you can just swallow it whole and just gulp.
Maybe I'll just gulp it.
That would be the lizardly thing to do.
You resist.
Don't you remember how we
Well, that was just
You do your best to resist smacking your lips afterwards, but that was a good egg. That was a good, fresh farm, organic, local farm egg.
Do you think we're done in this place? I would like to go to the tavern since they mentioned that Thero may have gone to the tavern.
Yeah, I would as well.
Can we go to the taverns yet?
Sure. Well, they won't be doing anything too fancy. They're going to be busy setting up and everything, but the most you might be able to get is a beer out of them, maybe a handful of words.
Excellent.
Okay.
Well, what else is in this town? What's
a
his name
whole-
again? John?
Jean.
Sean, I know your tavern's been open for a while. I just want to say thank you for sharing this dreadful news with us. I'm so sorry about your daughter. Do you recommend anything to do before the tavern's open?
I mean, just find any way to express your arts and enjoy yourself to the fullest. I see some of you have already done that with some really realistic costuming choices.
Yes, isn't it great? It's so realistic.
It's pretty impressive.
I give a horrifying smile.
Well, we should be going now. Come on.
Yes, onward, companion.
I'm the last one out, and they kind of notice like a highlighter yellow tail just like as the door's closing.
Oh shit!
I want to go look at these
Swaying.
triangles.
Okay.
Oh, do you want to go to Giotto's place?
Yeah, let's go to Joe's.
Oh yeah,
place.
yeah, good idea.
The
Yeah,
taverns aren't open. We can,
that'd be a good thing to do
Oh,
first. Investigate Giotto's.
Yeah.
Sounds like Giotto just keeps to himself. Like he doesn't really interact with the other people so much. Maybe.
they say he comes and goes.
He comes and
Yeah.
goes. Yeah.
Here in Amadeusfield, right?
Okay.
Yes.
You go over and you find a really bizarre looking building that is
Oh.
got a triangular doorway, a triangular roof, symbols, even like a triangular skylight coming through. Things are painted vividly yellow. You feel that you stare at it, that it's really unsettling kind of stuff. And you actually try and pay it no mind. It feels like it's creeping and crawling into the deeper recesses of your brain. But yeah, that's the structure from the outside. I don't know how you guys feel like approaching it.
I put my hand on one of my throwing axes
Okay.
and I walk towards the door.
Okay. You see that the doorway is just open to anybody who feels like coming in. It seems pitch black inside, and so your eyes adjust a little bit, and you see that the only light present are from a series of overlapping beams from the skylights, triangular in nature, as well as the doorway. They're all focused on the canvas of the singular individual in the room. He is in a makeshift robe with the yellow patches stitched in geometrical patterns. Though they seem random in placement to the untrained eye, it almost feels like there is a lot of attention to detail put into his weird puzzling costume, like a puzzle locking up some sort of odd wisdom.
Can I?
Huh?
Go ahead.
The painting he seems to be working on shows a sea of dreadfully unrealized people, brown with dirt and mud, poor and denigrated, but the upper right corner shows an individual on a stage, beautiful, bright yellow cloth flowing off. In essence, there is a light. A future seems to exude off this being to be shared with the individuals in the painting. Though in reality, it doesn't seem to extend and explore to the rest of the world. If anything, the being's presence almost sucks up all the light from the surrounding area to control as its own. I don't know how far you go. He's gone to his workshop, or if you rate the person painting, or what. But
I'll do something. Excuse me, sir? Sir? Hello?
hello. Welcome to my workshop. Come on in. Are you a fine purveyor of my arts?
These pictures are kind of nice. I like the color, I'm not so sure about the shapes, though.
You don't like shapes, but shapes
you
are the purest, most honest things in the universe.
Yeah, I kind of like circles more.
You can't make circles without enough triangles.
I'm pretty sure you can't.
No. If the smaller the triangles you get, the smaller and smaller you go. You can make any shape in the known universe.
Triangles are pointy. Circles are smooth.
I think this guy has a fundamental misunderstanding of how shapes work.
Can I do some sort of like insight or perception into like what the painting or something about the triangle? What should I roll for?
You can go up to the painting and roll just pure perception.
Perception, so
Yeah.
wisdom. +2. +1, so +3. That's a nat 20.
Oh shit! All right. Damn.
Idiot savant.
Yeah, seriously.
He's fixed.
Yes.
Dang, these are heavy, man.
Yeah, they're very heavy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they're hard to like actually roll.
Those metal
considering
dice.
contract,
Yeah,
metal
they're
dice and
super
stuff.
heavy.
They got some heft.
You go up to his painting and you peer at it closely and you really dig into the meat and the energy and the ideas of what he is trying to do. And somewhere in the deep recesses of your lizard brain, it clicks. Like you get it. You get the meaning he's going for. You get the meaning of his universe. You get that there is this beautiful yellow entity somewhere out in the void that could change your life for the better with some sort of forgotten or forbidden wisdom. And you just feel this incalculable, like, feeling of enlightenment spread through your whole body, and that you have been, like, changed forever because of this.
What do you see?
Wow. It's epiphany time.
I think that's a yolk from an egg. But it's like a good yolk.
Oh, you're onto something. Yes, you're taking in the yellow. The yellow can be life, it can be death, it can be rebirth, it can be anything that you want it to be, as long as you let it come in. And maybe you're like, yeah, I let the yolks in all the time.
I just ate an egg. That was yellow, like that yolk.
And as we established earlier, circles are actually technically triangles. So you have little yellow triangles.
I walk in suspiciously, taking in everything. Giotto, I presume.
Yes, that's how I've greeted myself to everyone else. My name isn't changing anytime soon. I'm Giotto.
He's a sassy son.
And as she was like, no, I'm not.
Actually.
Giotto, what are you doing in this town? I heard you're not from here.
Oh, yes. Not everybody's too fond of me yet in the town. I come and go from Amadeus Field, and I kind of take some of the wares and goods here to go take to my family in Amadeus Field. But Amadeus Field, it wasn't enough for me. It was too small of a pond, and I needed to go out and find a bigger triangle somewhere. So I moved to what I thought would be an artsy town that would really get me. You know, they really understand my art, but alas, it hasn't been that way so far.
Oh, I see. Well, this is my art as I grip my axe.
Oh, Jesus.
She's a painter.
A very, very profound artist.
Oh, well, I mean, their blood is the life of art. Without blood, you couldn't, look at the background of my canvas. The red really highlights the yellow and all the colors in between as they merge. And I'm getting a little ahead of myself. I shouldn't be unveiling my art this quickly.
It seems you're really fond of yellow, mister.
Yellow's it. Yellow's the thing. Yellow's the one.
Yellow's the light of Pelor.
It could be, though the light of the sun is actually more of a white that gets refracted through everything. But I mean, yes, I like the sentiment.
You're awfully learned for a medieval painter.
I've spent my life dedicated to the arts, and I've done a fair amount of traveling, and it's just too bad that I couldn't maintain my workshop in Amadeus Field, given that's where my family is. But tonight I will surely make them happy though, and bring a little bit of the festivities to them. So if you don't mind, I might need to actually prepare for my trek to Amadeus Field here, especially because it's not like they're going to want me around for their nightly activities.
Huh, Giotto, do you often leave at night?
Oh, yes, I know the forest so well that I tend to, travel by night, get there first thing in the morning while all of the foods and wares I take my family are fresh and delicious.
Well, maybe you might need some help traveling at night.
It's not a bad idea, miss. Many women have been kidnapped as of late.
I'm happy to take along friends along the way, some comrades to enjoy discussions and topics about the yellow and the triangles. But I mean, if you need some sort of guide, there's no one better in this town. I'm the only one who's, from Amadeus Field itself. What necessarily brings on Amadeus Field?
Ooh, so we're looking for this dwarf. We heard he's been traveling east. Sounds like he passed through here and probably went to Amadeus Field.
Ah, do you have an image or something?
I do. I pull out my card and be like, I show him. When I do move it a certain way, it does flash very bright yellow.
Wow, that just has for some reason, some sort of energy I really vibe with. Can I see that closer?
I mean, here, I'll just hold it. I'll hold it a little closer to him.
I just really.
Yeah, it's okay.
Art, but I feel like I can improve it into high art.
It's more important than the dwarf in the car. Have you seen this dwarf before, Figaro Sunstone? I mean, I heard he was at the tavern across through.
Yes, I actually guided him on the day of Did
you really? When was this?
Nearly a month ago.
Oh my gosh! Yeah, you know what? I think he was supposed to. I think he was looking for the missing women. He's been on a mission.
Right. Yes, I recall him saying something along those lines.
Yeah. Do you took him to Amadeus? Do you know what he was doing there? Like what happened?
Sure, yeah.
Oh no, I mean I left him there. He went to the local tavern to get further information, and he just settled in for the night. I think he might have had a pale ale or something along those lines.
Just one.
I saw my family, and that was the gist of it.
Oh,
so.
So
sure.
you can help us go to Amadeus building, right?
Oh, thanks.
Oh, absolutely. Sure, surely we can.
Does Giotto seem trustworthy to me?
You can roll insight.
Yeah, I was kind of thinking of doing the same thing.
Yeah, whoever wants to
Yeah,
roll
I
insight.
should- scales
I should try to
rolls.
roll insight too. Since I'm
I
talking
only got a
to
10.
Okay.
Let's see.
Ooh, I got a 16.
Nice.
Yeah, I don't trust Giotto.
Yeah, I'm suspect as well, so I'm also going to roll just in case.
I want
14.
to ask him a question. Giotto.
What do you roll?
Oh.
Roll insight.
Wisdom.
Thank you. 14.
Okay, so everybody did pretty well, but what were you going to ask first, and then I'll tell you guys what you think.
Giotto, what do you get out of helping people travel?
Just some good conversation. I mean, nothing really else. Whether you come with me or not, I mean, I was already planning a trip. I have this basket right here with fresh grapes and bread and cheeses, and I'm gonna be making my way here. I mean, as you see, it's getting pretty dimly lit in here, and the sun's gonna be going down pretty soon, so don't want to wait too long.
There is strength in numbers, and the darkness brings uncertainty. Our goals are similar.
I'm not too worried with the forest. If you know the way, if you're enlightened as I am, you can wind your way through the forest and just pop here in Amadeus Field.
I mean,
Nothing to it.
he actually took Figaro. We should follow him. He can help us out.
I must agree, young man.
I smell a rat.
Like just a rat.
Based on your insight rolls, there's something off-putting with his level of friendliness, but it feels like everything he is saying, he has a complete honesty about it. That I don't know. It seems like he's being very forthcoming about everything, and he isn't being dishonest about any of it. But
Okay.
he does have the odd
He's
making
just
too.
weird.
He's weird. He's making too much eye contact. He's being a little too enthusiastic and emphatic about everything that it's kind of hard to get a read on him. So
Well, and
that's
I'm not enjoying the talk of the blood, the paint.
I think he's just an eccentric artist.
Yeah,
I
that's
don't.
kind of what I'm sort of thinking, but just in case, it would be good to...
I wanna do.
A murder story?
No. I wanna do maybe basically I wanna take a good look around his studio before we leave and see if I notice anything weird.
Okay.
I want to, being,
What should I use
So-
for that? Perception again?
So are you trying to be sneaky about it?
Yeah, I'm in
You
such
probably would.
it's getting dim, but I can still see.
Yes, yeah, you can still see. But
Yeah.
If you're trying to be sneaky about it, do a stealth roll first to see if he notices
Okay.
you.
could
Maybe
I...
he's conversating with other people.
Could I? Yeah, I was about to say, could I bolster her chances by trying to roll for persuasion to keep him in conversation so he's not paying attention?
Sure.
Okay.
I got an 11.
You
I'm
could also
saying-
just use the help action to give her
Oh,
advantage.
a help action. Yes. Yes.
I got an 11 on my stealth.
Okay. Let me roll for him real quick. Ooh, that isn't great. So even without help, you would be fine.
Okay.
purveying stuff, and then you would probably want to follow up with a perception roll to see just exactly what you see.
Okay.
Okay. See what you can investigate.
I got a 9.
Okay.
Yeah.
You definitely see the basic tools of the trade in here. You see all his paintings, yellow triangles. It seems to be his muse. You do feel as you get closer to looking at any of the paintings, as Ronaldo did, that it does kind of like quiver this part of your brain that almost feels like worried or frightened about allowing something in, but you maybe are repulsed by it.
I have a question because I do have that celestial spirit within me because there's 2. Does that pick up? Can I roll for that to see if that like communicates with me at all?
Sure, you can do an Arcana check that is
Okay.
specifically like celestial vibes.
Giotto's weird, but he's been fairly forthright about what he's been saying.
19.
Oh,
And
19.
Rachel doesn't
Sure.
trust
So
her. She's
you
looking for-
feel the vibes in
Are we
it,
still in the same
and
spot?
it feels almost celestial in nature, but not of a variety you're used to. It feels maybe more aberrant or mysterious. Not anything you're used to, but there is kind of an energy emanating off the paintings, almost like it wants to jump off the paintings. An energy.
Okay.
But not a magical item per se. So yeah. Giotto puts a part of himself in his paintings, almost energy-wise. He's into his art.
Are we leaving with him? Did we decide upon that, y'all?
My character's down to leave.
Okay.
Yeah. As is Argo, ready to make way for the forest.
Yeah.
As the sun is setting.
As we're walking with Giotto, I want to try to use some of my charm to see if I can get more real info on these triangles, not just basic.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have light?
I do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Should I roll for that?
So yeah, are you trying to delve deeper into this magical component of the paintings, or are you trying to just perceive the art?
No, because after that Arcana check, my celestial side is like buzzing, and so I want to try to get deeper with Giotto, and because I just have a hunch that there's something not right about him, and I want to see if I can become chummy enough with him
Okay.
to see if I. Giotto, your work is just so fascinating, fascinating.
Yes. I'm just so happy to finally meet people that get it, that get what I'm going for.
Yes, it's almost like it wants to become a part of me.
Really?
And I'm
so
a part.
you see the yellow.
Yes, the yellow. Oh, it's incredible. It's incredible.
Does it make you feel mellow? Does it make you feel?
Giotto, I can't even put it into words. Can you help me put it in?
Sure. I mean, well,
Oh, raw meat. Oh.
I feel like I can't even express myself fully with
yes.
this common tongue.
Yes.
Real subtle.
Yeah. On the nose.
Well, my art is almost an odd test of sorts. Anybody can pass it if they're willing, but once you see the yellow, you are changed forever. And it means that the words of our great yellow king...
Sorry, great yellow king.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Is that in character or out of character?
That's out of character.
Sarah just starts laughing.
that you can become an apprentice of our Yellow King and allow his wisdom in and perform arts on his behalf. And then it's kind of a program where you go up each tier.
Oh boy.
Pyramid scheme.
It's a reverse funnel system.
Oh,
And with a few payments of some paint that I sell,
oh my
you
god.
might be able to quickly become,
It's a freaking little
a Yellow King Scientologist, as it were.
Oh my god.
But I'm so pleased to hear that you understand what we're going for, and that, are you interested in following our great Yellow King?
Giotto, this is something I'll have to think about. Just, take us to your fields.
Ronaldo is just like really intently looking at one of the eggs he has, like envisioning the yolk because he still thinks what he saw was just like yolk, egg yolk.
Ronaldo
He's
is
really transfixed.
technically maybe the most enlightened person in the room when it comes to Yellow King stuff currently, but he doesn't know what it means yet. Maybe he wants to become the yolk.
Argo steps from behind a tree, pulling up his trousers, and he bellows to Giotto and says, "My good man, if you require any hues of brown, you may find them plentiful in this forest.
Oh
For your paintings, of course."
my god.
I don't dabble in browns too much unless I'm going for, like a grimy, shitty kind of vibe.
Did lizard folk poop brown?
I have no idea.
Is it dark already?
Yeah, it's
Okay.
Darkness is coming upon
it's
us.
a little. You guys come out, and the night sky is present. It's hard to tell because it is such a well lit neighborhood with the festivities still going on.
I will.
You can hear raucous laughter and fun from the tavern down the way, but yeah.
I will use my light cantrip to make the tip of my mace glow and use it like a torch.
Oh, sweet.
Also,
What color?
Pizza.
Yellow.
Nice.
All right, I'll put that on top of you, and I will also group it up. So you've got your little light spell. All right, Giotto tells you. Oh, I'm not doing info layer. Oopsie. Alright, so you have your little light spell, which I assume is the same as a torch, like light sprinkler,
Yeah, I
40 feet.
I think that's what it is. Oh, 20. 20.
20 feet.
20 bright, 20 dim.
20 bright, 20 dim, yep.
Wow, okay. And I will modify that.
Gathering.
Okay. Alright. So Giotto says, pay them no mind, the parties are fleeting. Let's just head out into the woods and go about our merry way to Amadeus Field. I'm sure my family will be happy to meet all of you. Especially since you seem to understand the yellow so well.
Oh, yes.
Maybe my mission is finally complete in life.
I quickly inquire to Giotto, please, tell me about your family.
Thank you.
Do you have a wife, children?
Daughters?
I have a male lover and 3 dogs.
A male lover and 3 dogs?
Yes, it's a little unconventional, and that's why they don't really get it here, but yes. That's why I keep my family going, but I haven't moved them out here.
Dogs are better in 3s.
As are lizards.
Yes.
So,
I must
no
agree.
daughters, Giotto?
No daughters.
You have no affiliation
No,
for
it's
the
just
female
lizard.
kind, Giotto?
No women. I mean, given everything going on, I'm almost grateful that I don't have a daughter. It would be quite worrying with everything going on.
Yes. We have heard extensively about these disappearances of these
What?
young women.
Oh, really?
I take my finger along with the edge of my axe and I cut it. And I said, Giotto, how do you find this?
Oh, that isn't good.
And drop blood in front of his face.
I'm a little distracted doing this, but you drew blood from yourself?
Yes.
Are you
Damn.
thinking he's a vampire?
I'm just seeing
No,
what
that's
how
fair.
I'm just gonna see how he's gonna react to it.
Okay.
Ryan's like, it's fair, he is.
I mean, he doesn't pay much mind. He doesn't care that much.
I walked up and rubbed it on his forehead. Giotto.
I don't know why you've done. Are you trying to perform art upon me? You should know that I like yellow. I don't like red as much.
Are you okay?
It's not like you're a yellow blood, but
Giotto, have you
he's
ever
very disaffected by this. But he isn't treating it like it's that weird either. But
I kind of get excited because I'm like, she must like finger painting too.
Oh my god.
And I'm thinking of like, in my head, I'm like picturing us like finger painting together, like at the end of the day.
Humans are so weird.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's completely disaffected by you doing that. He thinks it's odd, but not that weird because he's such a weird guy himself. But he's not. I don't know.
He doesn't like my art.
He thinks it's some weird kind of come on, but he appreciates you expressing yourself. But he's already taken
Humans
for
have
by.
such weird mating rituals.
I'm about to say, is this a sign of arousal?
Are you courting him?
You lizards just don't get it.
She's finger painting.
Yes, I am finger painting on Gyoto.
So yeah, it's nighttime. I work you guys on the way down to
Okay.
the southern part of the village. You've been walking and talking.
So we're making our way toward the exit of the village, right? Okay.
Yep.
Interesting.
Everything's good. But yeah, I mean Giotto is a weird dude. He has his like basket of like cheeses and breads and grapes, and he's just like about to march into the pitch black misty forest at night. But he's just like, come and follow me into the woods. Let's go.
As we approach the exit, Argo asks the question of Giotto again. How, pray tell, do you intend to be able to actually see where you're going?
You
It's
just
quite dark.
you use your third eye, and you just do it.
I'm
I
afraid.
know all the trees in this land. They are all my friends,
Oh,
and
Jesus.
they would never stop me from reaching my family.
The goddess Sune has only blessed me with 2 eyes. Do you also mate with the trees?
With the trees.
Yes.
I think what my friend here is trying to say is, do you speak to the tree?
Yes. Thank you, Scales. Yes.
I don't commune with the trees per se, but I mean, I do draw some of the barks that I need to make my yellow paints from them. So in a way, they are part of my heart and they are part of my ideas.
Okay, just art as shit.
Interesting.
Are we going into the woods? I don't understand.
Well,
Yes, Gyoto!
Yes.
Onward!
onward, my
Okay,
good man.
cool.
Lead away.
Cool.
Gyoto, I must ask you a question.
Yes.
It's like wiping blood on his forehead.
Yeah.
I must ask you a question.
Do you only travel by night for a certain reason?
It's just to get there first thing in the morning and to surprise my family. I just like getting there first thing in the morning, the misty mornings when the sunlight breaks through, and it's truly beautiful. But the sunlight, I mean, keep your expectations in check. The mist has been spreading further and further and heavier west, and it's almost a permanent sort of overcast, if you will. It's almost like the sunlight can't reach those lands anymore.
Oh.
Amadeus Field used to be a land of light and farming, but it has dwindled in recent years.
But now it's moist.
It is a slightly moist, not humid nature, so yes, I would say that.
Does Toby still have his light?
He does.
Lit?
Yeah,
Okay.
It's lit. We can
Alright.
see because
It's
of that.
lit.
I lean down, clear my throat, and whisper.
Young man, keep that light lit. I have a feeling things will get only darker as we proceed.
Yeah, it's kind of scary out here. I don't know how he does this.
I smell a waft of shit coming from this man. Waft.
It's time.
Oh, nice.
Here
Here
Oh,
we go.
badass.
Alright. Fog of War is. Oh, hell yeah! That's so cool.
Oh, like nice with the light around
Yeah,
it too.
I need to make sure your light spell's working correctly, so I'm gonna do that real quick.
The combination of this ambience and this layout here is. I don't know if you've ever played Darkwood on Steam. It really reminds
Oh,
me of
I know
that
what
game.
that game is, yeah.
It's really cool.
Yeah.
Is that Gyoto? Or is that Dane?
I didn't make a token for Geo per se, but I'll do my little narration here momentarily.
Oh, excellent.
I think the bright circle needs to be bigger. It's only 10 feet.
God.
It's very misty and very dark, and I'll describe it, but it is supposed to be that dark.
Okay.
So when you guys left the shop and everything, the sun was beginning to set very shortly. All doors and homes seemed to be almost like barred off or locked off as everybody was having their festivities inside. Almost as if no matter how hard you knocked, nobody would reply, as if they didn't hear you from out there. You just hear the chortling and warm laughter everyone's having without you. Self-absorbed and safe within their shelter, the rest of the world provides no benefit at night. Giotto, leans into all of you and just says, "Pay them no mind," and you all head towards the village. And he says that it's not that far, and he swears it's safe and it's the best way to go since he knows the way.
Humans are weird.
So you all enter the great old forest as the sun sets. Shades of crimson and yellow pierce the far-reaching craggy tree, casting long, deep, angular shadows. The wind whistles, stirring the leaves to shuffle out of its way. Branches scratch, leaves rustle, the wind churns, yet there are no creatures about. It is a hauntingly beautiful and isolated scene set around you. The isolation makes you feel as if you're the only beings on the material plane, and in a weird kind of way, the honor of experiencing this level of clarity, light, and beauty of the world around you should only be deserved by you. Almost kind of a selfish sentiment. You all suddenly almost forget any sort of paranoia you may have been having on your journey. The immediate sense of peril has kind of washed away, but this feeling almost an enlightenment from where you were standing makes you just not care about anything. You continue your walk till the sun is fully set and gone behind you. A fog slowly starts to creep in. Giotto tells you there's no way except forward. The fog continues to get more and more dense as you move forward, almost becoming stifling, almost as if it wants to engulf your entire being. You can no longer see each other, so you call out to one another. How do you want to traverse this fog?
I strain my eyes to try to follow the light that I assume is still emanating from Toby, as I know that that is my best chance of being able to indicate a party member.
I take out my broken compass, and it's just completely crushed and broken, but I kind of like tap it and like shake it a little bit and just start going whatever the direction is pointing.
I notice that like I can't see anyone anymore, even though I'm the one holding the line. Like,
He is the one without dark vision, so he is just like super pitch black besides the light.
Let's link tails.
Does
Just
the mist fog make it dark vision worse, better, the same?
I mean, dark vision probably gives you an extra few feet, but like someone like him can't see past his hand. For you guys, you can't see past like 5 feet out from you. For
I
how
don't think
heavy
we have
it is.
dark vision.
Even
Yeah,
Folk have dark vision. She has dark. All of you have dark vision except for halfling here, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Love it,
I did write down dark vision in
Yeah.
my racial traits. I think.
I checked last night. All you guys is
Nice.
36.
Well, Argo calls out to Giotto to try to make sure that he is still actually in front of us and that we are not just walking
Roll for
blind.
perception.
Okay. Let's see. Uh, 13.
You hear heading in the kind of moist, the wet earth to you can't tell which way's north, south, east, or west, but kind of like down the chain of people. You just hear frolicking in the distance, just like, "Oh, yellow, my friend!" And Giotto appears to just be gone.
The yellow.
Yeah.
I call out, what the fuck does that even mean?
Is Ronnie attuned to the yellow?
Yeah.
Yeah, can I do like an insight check to see if I like understand that what
Yeah.
he's trying to say?
Okay.
This is 20, yeah. So insight is wisdom.
If Ronnie knows the way, we're fine.
Yeah.
Because we're linking tails.
Right, yeah. I am having my tails linked with their
I'm
tails
like
right
holding
now.
your tail, Ronnie's holding my tail.
Yeah, excellent.
all us non-tail people are screwed.
So I got 12.
12!
You are like the meme of Zach Galifianakis trying to do math while gambling, and you feel like you feel the general gist of where you're supposed to go, and you tell them that you're going to lead the way.
Okay, I pull out my broken compass and I kind of rattle it again and I go, I think it's this way.
Yep.
I think the yellow is this way.
I don't
You
know.
you
if
trust
that's a good idea.
Ronaldo?
I mean, we got nowhere else.
Yeah. It's like, your perception has proven quite proficient so far, Ronaldo. I trust you.
Can I holler out to everybody?
Yeah.
to try
Oh,
to
yeah.
get
Go
them.
ahead.
Like,
Yeah.
guys, I think it's over here.
Grab my tail, little one.
Where? I can't see you, Scales. Where you at?
Can I whip him with my tail?
Give him a good little smack.
I'm over here.
I mean, at the height that he's at, it would be a smack to the face.
It'd be like I get bopped in the head. Like
Give you a little love tap.
not in the face. I'll grab onto his tail now.
Okay, so we are linked. Well, except
Linked.
for
We're
Zara.
linked.
Nobody,
We have light. I can.
unless he's in the very back. I mean, Toby,
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, we got Ronnie, and then
I'm leading the charge.
sorry, I forgot your name.
Argo.
Argo, me, and then Toby.
And
the
Toby, and then I'm not sure where Zara is right now. But Zara has
I can set
armor
us up
too,
if
right?
you want.
Yeah, I mean, given the pitch blackness and the level of mist and fog,
Yeah.
people can't really.
Because
look
even with
up,
this light, it's not really helping much.
No.
I don't know where Rachel is.
So it's like with the light, I can kind of see Scales,
Mm-hmm.
even though he's like right in front of me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can. I mean, you can kind of vibe. I see what you guys are,
Oh,
are
wait,
seeing,
this is
and
right.
you have a fair bubble of light around you, but yeah, it's hard to make out.
Yes.
Yeah, or should we wait for Rachel before you guys start traversing the forest?
Yeah, I suppose so.
Probably.
Yeah,
Yeah, maybe. Since you-
just in case we get jumperinoed by
Yeah,
something.
snap it.
Also, I ordered like a chicken pesto